morning everyone. This side Vikas Sharma welcomes you all to the virtual class of JBS Kannauj. I hope you and your dear ones are doing well during this critical situation all around the world. This video is for class 12th student, and in this video I am going to start the chapter 3rd of your textbook. The chapter name is Matrices. In this chapter, we will cover the following topics today. The first topic is matrix, second is general form of the matrix, and the third is type of matrices. So let's start the first topic. Chapter name is matrices, and we are going to start the topic matrix. First of all, clarify the difference between matrix and matrices. Simply, there is nothing much logical. Only the matrices is the plural form of the matrix. If you are considering one matrix, then it is treated as one matrix. But if you are taking 2 or 3 matrices, then it will be treated as a matrices. This is the plural form of the matrix. So, the first topic is matrix. Now, what is matrix? The definition of the matrix is, it is the rectangular arrangement of the mn numbers. It is the rectangular arrangement of the mn numbers where m is number of rows and n is number of columns. M is number of rows and n is number of columns. The matrix is generally denoted by the capital letters of English alphabet. Matrix is generally denoted by the capital letters of the English alphabet. Here it is denoted by A. And the elements of the matrix is written within these brackets. Elements of a matrix is written within these brackets. Now, what is the meaning of this, all the terms which I have written here? It is a rectangular arrangement of the numbers. How many numbers? Mn numbers. Where what m represents? M represents the number of rows and n represents the number of columns. Rows means the horizontal lines are said to be rows and the vertical lines are said to be columns. Let us consider, suppose that in a given matrix I am considering the 2 rows. How many horizontal lines are there here? 2 lines are there. This is the first horizontal line, this is the second horizontal line. And how many vertical lines? I am just going to take here 3 vertical lines. 3 vertical lines. 1, 2 and 3. The horizontal line is stated as rows and the vertical line is taken as column. So how many rows I have taken? 2 rows. 2 rows I have taken. And how many columns I have taken? 3 columns I have taken. So by the definition of the matrix, what it does mean? It is the rectangular arrangement of the mn numbers where m represents the number of rows and n represents the number of columns. So how many rows we have? 2 rows we have, and how many columns we have? 3 columns we have. So the two question arises. By writing this, we can find the two terms here. If the number of rows and number of columns are given, then we can find the total number of elements in the given matrix. And we can also find the order of the matrix. The two terms arises here, number of elements and the second is order of matrix. So how can we identify the total number of elements and how can we find the order of matrix? It's all depending upon the number of rows and the number of columns. First of all, we are talking about the number of elements. See here, by the definition it is clear here that if m is known as the number of rows and n is known as the number of columns, by simply multiplying m into n, we can find the total number of elements in the matrix. And what is m here? First we have to take row and second we have to take column. And how many rows are there? 2. How many columns are there? 3. Then 2, 3 are 6. We can say here in this given matrix how many elements are there. Then the elements are, total number of elements is given by 6. And the elements will be placed here. 1, 2, 3. This is 4. This is 5. And this is 6. The first point is clear. Second thing is there. Okay, what is the order of this matrix? The order of this matrix is given by A is a matrix and it is given by m by n. M by n. It is written as m into n or m cross n, but read as m by n. And this A matrix is represented by A is equals to, what is the value of m? 2, and what is the value of n? 3. The given matrix is of the order 2 by 3, where how many elements are there? Then the number of elements is equals to 6. Up to this point it is clear to everyone? Okay. Now coming to the elements, these 6 points are said to be the elements of the given matrix. These are said to be the elements. Now these elements having a specific position. These elements having a specific position. We can just find the exact position of these elements. How can we find the exact position of these elements? So let us consider. This is the elements. The elements is denoted by, we have taken the elements by the small a. Just consider it. Suppose it is your small a. Then at which position this a is there? What is the name of this position? So how to identify the position? Actually this element is at which place? The first row. And which place? The first column. Then it is named as A11. A11 means this 1 represents the first row and 1 represents the first column. Now this represents your A. Which row is there? First row is there. Then A1, and which column is there? The second column, A12. This denotes by A13. This one is denoted by A. Which row is there? 2. And which column is there? First. Then A21. Now A22. And this is your A23. So finally, just I am concluding this whole topic of the matrix here. It is the rectangular arrangement of the mn numbers, where m is the number of rows and n is the number of columns. In a given matrix, this m and n, if we have the value of m and n, then if we multiply the m into n, then we will calculate the value of the number of elements in the given matrix. And these m into n are said to be the order of the matrix. M into n is read as m by n matrix. Clear? Okay. Now, in this given matrix, these elements, these terms are said to be the elements of the given matrix. And elements, all the elements having a specific position, and these positions are given by according to their row and according to their column. Clear? Okay. Now on this particular topic, let's do some questions here. I told you, if in a given matrix, if the number of rows and the number of columns are given, then we can find the total number of elements. Very easy there. Suppose the 3 by 4 it is given, then it is a matrix of the order 3 by 4. How it can be represented? A is a matrix and is of the order 3 by 4. So if anyone asks how many elements are there in the given matrix, then there are total number of elements is equals to 4 into 3 equals to 12. One question, 1 mark question can be asked. Now the vice versa of this question. This is important. Suppose here it is given that in a given matrix, now the order is not given. It is given that if there are 6 elements, how many possible matrices can be formed? How many possible matrices can be formed? Then this is the very important question. How can we solve this one? So to identify the total number of possible matrices, we need to just write the possible factors of the 6. Or we can say, we can write the 6 into the product of the two numbers. Product of the two numbers and the possible conditions we need to find. So 6 can be written like this. 6 into 1. It can be written 1 into 6. It can be written 2 into 3. It can be written 3 into 2. Is there any other arrangement by which we can write the 6 as the product of the two numbers? No, there is no any other arrangement except these. So we can say here, if a matrix having 6 elements, then how many possible arrangements can be there? How many possible matrices can be formed? And how many possible matrices can be formed? It can be written A1 is a matrix which is of the order 6 by 1. A2 is a matrix which is of order 1 by 6. And A3 is a matrix which is of the order 2 by 3. A4 is a matrix which is of the order 3 by 2. Then how many possible matrices can be formed? Then total 4 matrices can be formed. Clear? So till now we have covered a topic matrix. On these topic matrix, the two questions can be arises. If the order is given, then we can find the total number of elements, and if the elements of a matrix is given, then we can find the total possible matrices. Clear? One more example. Suppose in a given matrix there are 13 elements. Then how many possible matrices can be formed? So the simple procedure is there. How can we write the 13 as a product of the two numbers? Then 13 can be written 13 into 1 or 1 into 13. There is no any other way to write 13 as a product of two numbers. So it can be there B1 is equals to, this is your 13 by 1, and B2 is equals to 1 by 13. How many possible matrices can be formed? The two possible matrices can be formed. I think everything is clear to you. Okay. This first point is we have covered. Now the second is your general form of a matrix. General form of a matrix. This is also very important point. How to write the matrix in a generalized form. I told you in a given matrix, two things are given. One it is the term there order, and one is the term elements. Can we say the number written at the first place. It means the number written at the first row and the first column. This name is given by A11. Just we have discussed in the previous topic. Because this is of the first row and this is of the first column. Definitely this is of the first row and which column? A12. Similarly it can be written up to. Suppose we are considering a matrix. We are considering a matrix of order m by n. We are considering a matrix of the order m by n. So this is the first row and this is first column, second column, third column, so on to which last column is there. What is the last column? N. So it can be written A1n. Can it be written A1n? Similarly, now coming to the next A21. This is the first row and which column? First column. Now A22. So on. This can be written here A2n. Now A31, A31, A32 and so on to. This can be written A3n. How many rows are there? This is the first row, second row, third row. How many rows are there? We are having the m rows. Definitely first row, second row, third row, so on to. There will be how many rows? There will be the last row will be there, the mth row, and which column is this one? First am1, am2, and if you will write the last term, then that will be your amn. Clear to everyone? Okay. Now what is the meaning of the general form of a matrix? Suppose I am going to take from the first row to the mth row. The meaning of the general form of a matrix is to write the given matrix, this whole terminology in a shortest form. In a shortest form. We have discussed in the previous class 11. Suppose the general solution of the trigonometric function, might you have remembered there. Suppose sine theta equals to 0. Then theta can be 0. This can be 180, this can be so on. So many values can be there. So for that, all the solution, what we have done, we have generalized the solution. Whenever sine theta equals to 0, then theta can be written n pi. This is n pi is the general solution. 0, pi, 2 pi, these are called the particular solutions. So all the particular solution, there is a single value which can be given for all the general solution that is said to be the particular solution. Similarly, for this representation, there is a representation which defines all the elements of the matrix that is said to be the general form of the given matrix. Okay, so before we can say here if from the first row to the mth row, because total number of rows are m and total number of columns are n, then from first row to the mth row, let us consider there is a ith row. There is a ith row. What is the meaning of ith row? This ith row can be start from 1. Just I am taking a term here, I. I can be the 1, it means the first row, or it can be greater than the first row. Or the value can be there. I can be greater than 1 or equals to 1, or is smaller than 1 or equals to 1. What is the meaning? It means from the first row to the mth row, we have taken a ith row. We have taken a ith row. Let us consider. And I told you what is the value of I. I can be either 1 or either m or between the I 1 to m. So let us consider we have taken a ith row. The name of this here, which row I am taking? Ith row. Then ith row, and which column is this one? First column. Now from the first column to the nth column, let us consider I am taking a jth column. The jth column can be either the first column or greater than the first column, Either the last column means the nth column or smaller than the nth column. Can it be? Now see, first column, second column, so on to nth column. Let us consider that between first to the nth there is a which column? Jth column. So how can it be written? Which row is this one? The first row. And which column is this one? Jth column. Clear? Now if you will write the value, of the elements which is at this place, then this is which row? Second row. And which column? Jth column. Then can it be written A2 of J? Can it be written A3 of J? Any problem? If you will write the elements at this position, what is the position there? A, which row is this one? Ith row is this one. And which column is this one? The second column. Similarly, if you will just move on, the number at the elements at this position, what is the position of this element? Can we say which row is this one? Ith row. And which column is this one? Jth column. Then ith row and the jth column. Getting the point? So now this whole matrix in the general form can be written as A is a matrix whose elements is given by, these all are the elements, whose elements is given by Aij, and the order of the matrix is given by m by n, where what is I? Where I is greater than 1 or equals to 1, is smaller than m or equals to 1. And what is J? J is greater than 1 and is smaller than equals to 1. This is called the general form of a matrix. Now think here, I told you the general form. It means by this matrix, by this form, we can find the each and every element of the given matrix. Suppose that if I am putting the value of I equals to 1 and j equals to 1, then we will get which elements? A11. If we are putting I equals to 5 and j equals to 3, then I equals to 5 and j equals to 3, then which row? Fifth row. And which column? Third column. First, second, third, fourth, fifth row and the third column. Here will be the elements. Getting the point? This is called the general form of a matrix, and the general form of a matrix is generally denoted by, this is the representation, how the question will be asked to you. It will be given like this: if A is a matrix whose elements are denoted by Aij and the matrix order is 3 by 2. How the question will be asked to you? If a matrix question asks that, form a matrix of the order 3 by 2. Form a matrix of the order 3 by 2 where the general form of the elements, these are the general form of the elements, where the general form of the element is given by 3i minus of 2j. 3i minus of 2j. Think what we have to find here. Again I am writing the question. I am just stating the question here. Form a matrix of the order. Matrix of order 3 by 2 whose elements is given by Aij equals to 3i minus of 2j. So we need to just form a matrix. What is the order of the matrix? 3 by 2. Now just write a structure here. What actually we need to find? We need to find a matrix of the 3 by 2. Then definitely 1, 2, 3 row will be there, and another column, 2 columns will be there. 3 row. I told you how to write the position of the elements. Then A11, row are there, then A11, A12, A21, A22, A31 and A32. How many rows are there? 1 rows, 2 rows, 3 rows, first column, second column. Clear? Okay, we need to just find the value of these all the elements. This is the general form of the elements of a matrix. And how the general form of the elements of the matrix is given? Actually, it is given Aij is equals to 3i minus of 2j. Now, if you are going to find the value of A11, what you have taken instead of I? Instead of I is equals to 1 and j is equals to also 1 here. So, just put the value A11 means 3 into 1 minus 2 into 1. 3 into 1 minus 2 into 1, that is equals to 1. Similarly, if you have to find A12, so what you have taken A12, I is equals to, now I is equals to 1 and j is equals to now 2. I is equals to 1, j equals to 2. Here I equals to 1, j equals to 1, I equals to 1, j equals to 2. Now put the value 3 into 1 minus 2 into 2, that is your 3 minus of 4, that is equals to minus 4. A21, I is equals to 1, j equals to, I equals to 2, j equals to 1. Now 3 into 2 minus 2 into 1. 3 2 is 6, 6 minus 2 equals to 4. A22, A22, it means I equals to 2 and j equals to 2. 3 into 2, 2 into 2. 3 2 is 6, 6 minus 4 equals to 2. A31, I equals to 3, j equals to 3. A32, I equals to 3, j equals to 3. 3 into now 3 minus 2 into 1. 3 3 is 9, 9 minus 2, 7. And 3 into 3 minus 2 into 2. 3 3 is 9, 9 minus of 4 equals to 2. This is the way, if the general form of the elements is given, then by the general form of the elements we can identify each and every element. We can calculate each and every element. What was your question? Form a matrix. Now you need to form a matrix. Then what matrix A can be written? Instead of this A11, this is your 1 minus 1, 4, 2, 7, 5, and the order is given by 3 by 2. This is your requirement. Clear to everyone? So till now we have covered the two topics, matrix. In matrix, the questions was there. If the order is given, then we can find the total number of elements. If the total number of elements is given, then we can find the possible matrices. The second is there, if the general form of a matrix, in a general form of a matrix, if the general form of the elements is given, then we can form a possible matrices, whatever given in the question. This is the second. We have covered the second point also. Now coming to the third point, types of matrices. Types of matrices. Row matrix. Row matrix, by name it is clear, a matrix of the order, a matrix of the order, a matrix of the order, where how many rows are there? Only one row can be there, and there is no any boundation in the column. Then we can say every matrix in the form of Aij, where 1 into n, it means 1 by n. In very simple manner we can say every matrix where there is only one row, there is no any boundation in the column. And what is the general form of that matrix? Then Aij equals Aij, and order is given by 1 by n. Then every matrix of the order in this form are said to be the row matrix, or in language if you will say here, a matrix in which only one row is there is said to be the row matrix. And this is the general form of the row matrix. Example there, A is equals to only one row is there, then 1, 2, 3. This is your of the order 1 by 3. Getting the point now? This is the row matrix. Column matrix. Now again, column matrix, a matrix having only one column is said to be the column matrix. What is the general form of the column matrix? General form of the column matrix is Aij. How many columns must be there? 1. There is no any foundation in the row. Then can it be written m into 1? A matrix of the order this form m by 1 are said to be the which matrix? Column matrix. Example there, B is equals to 3, 2, 1. This is your, how many rows? 3 rows are there. How many columns are there? 1. This is called the column matrix. Clear? Third, square matrix. A matrix in which the number of rows and the number of columns are same. A matrix in which the number of rows and the number of columns are same are said to be the square matrix. The general form of the square matrix is Aij. Number of rows and number of columns are same. Then row is generally denoted by m and column is generally denoted by n. So this must be same. Then m must be equals to n. So this general form can be written m by m, or this can be also written Aij m by n. This is the same thing. It means the number of rows and the number of columns must be same. This is the general form of a matrix. Let us consider an example. A is equals to 2, 1, 2, 0. This is a square matrix. Achha, this is the square matrix of how much order? Of 2 by 2. This is a square matrix of how many order? 3 by 3 order. Clear? So row matrix having only one row, column matrix having only one column, square matrix, a matrix having number of rows and number of columns are same. The same are said to be the square matrix. Okay. A very important point is here now. Diagonal elements. Diagonal elements.